Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Sun Devil Source 2-Minute Drill. I'm Blake Neiman here with Chris Cartman following Kenny Dillingham's bye-week Monday press conference. And Chris, he got to it right away. Kenny Dillingham reiterating his apology that he already made on social media about his post-game comments after Cincinnati about ASU's kicking game and his desire to open tryouts. What were your thoughts on that apology and just that whole situation?
Yeah, look, emotions are high after a game. You lose, and you come immediately into a press conference. Kicking has been a frustration for ASU this season. They've tried to figure it out, didn't go the way that they wanted. And when you reference kicking being bad, which he did, you're sort of by default individualizing that to the person who's the kicker. And so then that is going to kind of take a life of its own, I think, which happened on social media, those criticisms, the severity of the criticisms. And it's a difficult thing because how do you alert to the fact that that's a weakness in a conference that's ultra competitive with a lot of close games where it can be really costly, and then also not have that appear to signal out an individual. So I'm not really sure what the right answer is, but I think that by reiterating an apology that he made on social media, it makes sense.
Dillingham also gave us an injury update. He said it was a 50-50 to potentially 60-40 likelihood that Sam Levitt may not be available for the Oklahoma State game for ASU. He also talked about Xavier Guillory and how he had an aggravated hamstring, hence why he did not play against the Bearcats in Cincinnati. How are those injuries affecting ASU offensively and beyond?
Yeah, it seems like Sam Levitt is legitimately questionable for Oklahoma State, and they're going to have to see how he progresses over the next week and a half or so. Different guys kind of recover differently. Crack rib. There's some protective measures that you can take for that with the flak jacket. He wore that in the second half of the game based on the video that we got. So we'll see. It's difficult going to Jeff Sims and starting for the first time, new coordinator. I think that they didn't do a good job with some of the play calling and/or situations. Dillingham talked a little bit about that also today. So we'll see. Getting Levitt back, very important for them to sort of try to have a good second half of the season. And then Guillory, hamstring kept him out of that game. They decided on Thursday. That reduces your targeting, which already was sort of limited to Jordan Tyson and Cam Scadaboo getting the ball, the bulk of ASU snaps.
And on that note of getting the ball to Jordan Tyson and Cam Scadaboo, that's been a consistent thing through ASU's offensive scripting. How does that maybe impact ASU versus some teams versus others?
So yeah, they've moved Jordan Tyson around formationally quite a lot, which prevents certain styles of defenses from being able to hone in on him with bracketing or other sorts of approaches. But there are other types of defenses that Dillingham talked about, which that is harder to accomplish. And so Guillory was sort of getting into a rhythm over that two-game stretch. And then before he had the hamstring, so that's unfortunate for them. But they are going to need somebody else to step up, whether that's Melquan Stovall coming back into being more of a target, Jake Smith, Troy O'Meara, Shimon Mateer, we'll see. But that's something that I think this bye week is going to help them kind of work on as they self-scout and kind of figure out what they're trying to do.
ASU getting started with its second bye week of the season, its second and final one before its daunting home stretch of the season. That's Chris Cartman. I'm Blake Neiman. Thanks for tuning in to this 2-Minute Drill.